Welcome, everyone.
Round 3. Welcome back to the You Never Know podcast where, well, you never know. He's going to be on what we're going to talk about. How do we feel about the 2-week break? Do we like it, dislike it?
Just like the 2-week break.
Yeah, I didn't really like it. I'll be honest.
I like that every other week. I think that's a good medium in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you like the weekly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did every weekly. Were we doing weekly?
Because the first 2 were back-to-back weeks.
First 2 were back-to-back.
This one was the break.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of do like weekly then.
Okay.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay. Well, we'll have a discussion about that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, this episode was kind of a shit show thrown around last second.
Tell me about it.
We were gonna have
Yeah.
Mr. Jacob McBroom on here, and then he couldn't get work off. So last week, Colby Martin was kind of set to be the next guest, and then he had some last second thing, so he couldn't come. So we called our second audible here.
Third audible.
Third audible.
The backup to the backup.
Backup's backup, which is funny because he was a starting quarterback in high school.
I was
But
just about to say that.
yeah, without further ado,
bring him on.
Mr. Jacob Sneed. Welcome aboard.
Superstar guest. What's up, Sneed?
I'm feeling great, man. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Feels good to be on my first podcast. Thank you for obviously having me on here.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sorry it was so last second.
You caught me at a good time, you know.
Usually we try to have you come up with some stuff you'd want to talk about, but what you agreed 2-3 hours ago, so.
Yeah, like 3 o'clock, I was calling him, yo, you want to be on the podcast?
Yeah, so.
I was like, sure, I got nothing going.
Oh, well, this one will be a lot more, I guess, of a freestyle than usual, but
Yeah, it'll
it's
be
kind of
good.
what we like.
Yeah,
Anyways.
you never know.
You never know.
That is kind of my forte is, winging it. So we're here
Perfect.
now.
That's
Perfect.
good.
Yo, feel free to like move the mic around if it's, too far, too close to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, but a fist away is like probably pretty good.
Yeah, but
Careful what you do there, we're live.
Yeah.
but yeah, so we'll just start kind of same format with what we did with Colton. Just kind of tell us about yourself. I mean, you're a sophomore, obviously. And then just kind of interested, where were you born? Where'd you grow up? How was high school for you? And kind of what led you to come to BSU?
Well, I'll give you the quick and easy answer to that. I was born in San Diego, California. My mom was in college at SDSU, and my dad was in the Navy. And then when I turned 2, we moved up to the Bay Area. So I lived from 2 to about 17, 18-ish in California. And when I was looking for colleges, I just really wanted to get out. It's
That was me too, definitely. I feel like that's a lot of people from California.
yeah, totally. It's kind of just, I don't know how to explain it, but I came here, and I remember when I toured Boise, it was me and my mom, and we came around like late July. So there was like not really anyone here, but I loved the campus. I loved how clean the city was and how genuine everyone was. Like we were riding scooters for like 2 days, but we're here now.
What part of the Bay Area? It's San Jose, right?
San Jose,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that's where I was born.
Really? I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I moved when I was 5. We've talked about that on here, but
Go Sharks, baby.
yeah.
Big San Jose Sharks guy.
Okay. I've been to the SAP Center, but not for that. So did you check out any other colleges, or was it just kind of Boise?
I checked out University of Arizona, and that was kind of my number one until I came to Boise.
U of A.
You have a crazy school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it too. But when I was really looking at colleges, I wanted to be somewhere like not necessarily in a city, but close to it. And the Boise was definitely really.
Yeah, it's got a great college town. Just everything's right there.
Yeah, totally. It was great. And I mean, Tucson's nice, but there's not really anything there besides.
Say, what's in Tucson?
Yeah.
Alcohol.
It's literally alcohol and
extreme heat.
extreme heat. Yeah, a little pale kid can't survive in that
Yeah.
environment.
Join
Yeah.
the club. Nice. So you came to Boise State. You're a sophomore now.
Yep.
How's the first year, little over a year, been for you so far?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, it's coming to Boise was definitely like my biggest. Oh, sorry, trying to figure out this mic still. It was just kind of like one of the best decisions I made so far. I immediately felt at home. Obviously, I joined Greek life, and that really I found my people. And yeah.
All right. Nice. I mean, have you gone back to the Bay Area? Like, do you like San Jose?
I was there over the summer, and it was nice to be back and see the family. But I was definitely it felt weird. I mean, Boise's definitely my home now, so going back,
Yeah.
it's kind of.
So do you not see yourself like going back at all? Like, is that not your plan?
I mean, I would love to go back and see family there, but just
No, but yeah, like long term or
long
like
term, no, I don't. Just the financial situation there is really, it's really
yeah. Tell me about it.
It's hard for a
It's terrible.
All of
fresh.
California is
Silicon
like that.
Valley, yeah, it's nuts.
It's- yeah.
Unless you like own Facebook or Tesla, then
Yeah.
you really can't live there.
Yeah.
If you got a lot of money, you can make it there. But
Yeah, just
Yeah.
live with your parents for a year or two, make some money after college.
It's
Yeah,
true.
it's funny because my cousin, who lives down there still, he's actually I forgot his job title, but he works for Zoom, and he worked for
Really?
them before they blew up.
Damn.
So now he's
Oh.
making pretty good money with
I
them.
bet, dude.
Um,
Yeah.
But when him and his wife moved into their house, I want to say it's like less than 1,000 square feet, maybe 1,000 square feet at most, and it was $1 million. Like, it's pretty crazy.
In the Silicon Valley.
And it's in like the
Damn.
heart of San Jose. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
it's crazy. I've seen houses on my street. It's like 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And they went for like $900,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's-
The houses next door, like my area, are just insane right now. I don't even know why. They're not even big houses. It's
Yeah.
the same. I don't know.
it's just the demand.
Yeah.
Is it the
supply and
demand though? Like, why would you want to live in a 2-bed, 1 bath for
Well, I mean, there's so
900K?
many people in the Bay Area and SoCal too that people need places to live, and people are gonna pay for it. You
Yeah, but
know?
no one can
Yeah.
afford it. That's the problem.
Yeah,
A lot
I
more
mean,
people are getting like bigger loans now, apparently, from banks. Like a lot more people are getting approved for larger loans than they would have before. So
They have to.
they're all getting into like bigger housing markets. So it's way more competitive now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really follow like that stuff too much, but from what I've heard, it seems like there's gonna be another like housing crisis with like. all
Oh,
the-
for sure.
Big
Yeah,
time.
Yeah. It's definitely a seller's market right now, which sucks for people who are trying to buy a house because you got to take out loans and all that stuff like that. So, I mean, hopefully it changes. I would love to be able to move back to California, but at this
Yeah.
current moment, no.
Maybe retire there.
That's always a dream. But who knows? Maybe I want to go back east to retire.
It's true. That's where I'm
Yeah,
looking.
dude, I'm retiring in the mountains.
Were you thinking which mountain?
I don't know. some
The
some
tallest
of
one.
Focus
the
Basin.
mountains. Yeah, just the mountains.
Okay, nice. Yeah, well, even in Boise, the prices just for renting for college kids have gone up like crazy. Like the house I lived at sophomore year, we were paying $600 a month, and then last year when I moved out, I moved up to $700 a month, and now this year it's $800. Like, it's just because they can,
Yeah.
you know, especially that California money, people are gonna pay for it.
I think you guys put a name on that house too. Just everyone was like, "This is a party house, and I want to live here."
Yeah, well, I mean,
So-
the previous homeowners did put a
Yeah.
a sizable dent in there as well.
And the current ones are too right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that house, yeah.
They just like refinished the outside. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was like
inside,
wrapped up.
too.
I saw that. If anyone in the watching right now knows what we're talking about Sunnyvale. Just
right on
reference.
Lincoln.
Never got the opportunity to see Sunnyvale in its prime. But
I mean, I think even when we took over, it kind of had a bad reputation at
Oh,
that
yeah.
point, and then
Did, yeah.
Definitely.
we
And that
kinda-
neighbor down the street.
yeah, we just kind of were the last nail in the coffin for that house. But they completely like redid it inside, I guess, and it looks really nice now. But
They also apparently redid Courtyard too. That was just a fresh set of paint.
yeah,
Total remodel.
yeah. But,
still looks the same, so.
yeah. But I mean, we had a parents' weekend this last weekend.
Yeah, how's
Sneed-
everyone's weekend?
Honestly, it's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, Sneed, it was your first parents' weekend because of COVID last year. So how was it for you to have your parents kind of come and meet everybody and see Boise?
Oh, it was a blast. I had my 2 uncles come up, and then one of them I haven't seen in a couple of years, so it was really nice to just spend quality time with him. My mom enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw some Snapchats. Your mom was getting down.
She was having a good time. But
Good for her. That's what it's. That's kind of feel like that's what it's meant for.
That's
You know.
exactly what
Oh,
parents
totally.
is made for.
Yeah.
she got to see everyone and meet everyone, and I was great to see her and her be happy for once.
That's
She was.
like how you're just saying that, like how she was meeting everyone. That's kind of like I always thought about it weird about parents weekend. Is like, it's like bringing your parents to like meet all your new friends for the first time. You know, it's like kind of almost awkward in a sense because it's not like you're going to see like close family friends, and like no, you're going to like socially do social things with like other families and parents that maybe like they've never met or you've never met too. Like you ever think about that? Like, does
Oh,
that make sense?
It answered a lot of questions about my friends and how like they were raised and how the way they act, and it was nice. And it was
Yeah.
for me. It was I don't know how to explain it really well, but yeah, you guys know what it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because honestly, until this weekend, I always I didn't dread Parents Weekend, but I always considered it a waste of a weekend just because
Yeah.
it's everyone's not on edge, but not everyone's gonna go as hard as they usually
Got to
do.
be more cautious.
You gotta,
yeah.
Or some people do go harder.
Some people do go
That's
harder,
true.
but yeah, because I mean, last Parents Weekend, my parents just kind of came and hung out at Sunny, and it wasn't a real tailgate or anything like that.
We're also on suspension too. So.
Yeah, I didn't do a real tailgate last year either. I kind of
Yeah.
felt bad for my dad. I was am I not doing the right thing by
Right.
I'm at college. I should be partying or taking him to something, and we're just at a bonfire.
Wait, was that last year? No, that was 2 years ago. The Sunny.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Because last year it was hybrid Parents Weekend. It was you saw your parents on Zoom.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Oh
because
yeah.
we had it at Sunny. It was a
Yeah, I remember
Maybe
that.
10 of
It
us.
was a little barbecue, right? Yeah, it was pretty chill.
Yeah, and then my parents just went to the game after that, and that was it. Wasn't a whole lot. And then this time, my dad came up. We went to the whole game. I didn't realize how draining that is, actually staying for an entire football game.
It's like freshman
Dude.
year again.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then we walked over to Sneed's house for the tailgate, and my dad, it was so funny.
Post-game tailgate.
Yeah, he said he felt like a congressman shaking everyone's hand, oh, hey, how are you doing? My
God,
name's
yeah.
Ken. How are you doing? My name's Ken.
Oh yeah, I forgot I
Um,
met your dad there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
just
kind of like a walking legend though, because there's say all this highly regarded stuff about your dad, and then finally to put a face to a name.
yeah.
You're telling me that after, yeah, he's everyone was saying that I've been talking about him, but they were so happy to meet him.
yeah.
Once. That was funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody was super excited to be Danger, is that your dad? Oh my goodness, whatever. Or Turan whispering in his ear for 5 minutes about me and stuff.
I
But
couldn't
Oh yeah, I
imagine.
was there when you when Turan and Pilato went over and met him. It was
Yeah.
super funny.
yeah, everyone was pretty excited.
I couldn't imagine what Turan was saying to your dad in his ear.
I don't know. I don't know if I
I don't,
wanna
yeah,
know.
I don't know if I want to know that.
But your parents didn't come, did they?
No, just my dad came, so I kind of hung out with him a little bit. My sister is still up here since she just graduated her master's program, so now she's working here. So he kind of hangs out with her and me at the same time.
Okay.
But
Was he
yeah,
at the tailgate?
no, we went over to our friend's house. It's 2 houses down, and then we just went over to the game. And then after, he was already tired, and then wanted to watch the Ducks game, and then the Ducks lost, so he was pissed.
In overtime, right?
Yeah,
Stanford, man.
yeah.
Stanford, that's who it was?
That was a huge upset for him. He's got a rivalry going on with his neighbor, Stanford, Oregon. He was just pissed. He was not going out after that.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, my dad was, after the tailgate, we just kind of went back to my house. Got some food and hung out, and I was really tired because, I was kind of doing stuff the last few days too, so I was pretty tired as it was, and then walking around all day and staying for the whole game, and it was actually warmer than usual that whole day, so I was just pretty
yeah.
drained, and my dad was so we going downtown? What's the move
Your
now?
dad wanted to go downtown?
Yeah, and I was like,
Oh, I wish mine did.
I'm I'll be honest, Dad, I'm kind of checked out, and so
I know, huh?
he kind of just went home after that.
It's a guilty moment. Why is my dad asking me to go downtown after staying the whole football game, the
Yeah.
whole tailgate,
Yeah.
and then he's trying to go downtown?
Yeah,
I was drained after walking up the bleachers one time.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
all right, this was not the right move.
Yeah,
And I walked back down.
I saw one dad. He was sweating through his shirt and took a break halfway up the bleachers, and me and my dad both just kind of looked at each other and that's how we feel right now.
Yeah.
I forgot because the student section's usually not that much of a climb, but we were way up and
Yeah, the upper deck
Oh,
is
I had to go up
steep.
top.
we were up row W.
Were we
so-
at the top row too? And I remember when we were looking for seats, we were trying to get everyone together. And
Yeah, I was at top row, so I
It
I
was-
bet you were too.
it
Because
was
I couldn't.
hot.
By the time we all left the tailgate, there were no seats left, so we all had to go top row.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
think anyone's parents were happy with that.
Yeah.
And then it was funny. Getting in, and then we went and got beer before we went to get our seats, so we missed pretty much the whole first quarter. We watched the whole second quarter. We were up by a point or a field goal or whatever it was, and then we tried to be smart and be we thought we were smart. We were like, oh, let's just wait till like as soon as like the third quarter starts, let's go get more beer and go get food.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess every other person in the fucking stadium had the same idea because the lines were even longer.
Oh yeah.
And so we waited forever, and it was we missed the whole third quarter.
I missed the whole
Really?
first quarter because I was in line. I waited for water for my
Yeah.
dad because I'd like dragged him up there. I was like, I gotta get him water now, and I
Yeah.
waited the whole quarter.
Yeah.
And then by
By
the
that time,
I
it doesn't
got-
even need water.
Yeah.
A lot of parents were pretty upset about like there was only like 1 or 2 places to like get alcohol, it felt like, and so the lines were super long. But we missed the whole third quarter, and by the time we get back to our seats and we look, the scoreboard, we're down by 2 touchdowns all of a sudden, and we're like, what the fuck happened?
It
You
was
know?
a close game at the first half too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
we were
first,
play-
the
we were
first
playing
half
well.
was looking good.
that Khalil Shakir catch, that was pretty
That was
crazy.
nasty.
the one-handed
Yeah.
back of the ends. Oh,
That was pretty nuts.
kid is insane. I hope
Yeah.
where do you think he's gonna go in the draft? He's got to go to the NFL.
Yeah, he's got to go
Uh,
1 or 2.
One or
Like
two.
round 1 or 2.
I'd say maybe like 3
I
or
don't know.
4.
Yeah.
You think he goes that low?
Isn't that
I mean, that's not
well-known.
low.
But I mean,
that's-
his
yeah.
numbers are absolutely nuts.
That's
Yeah.
I feel like he
true.
catches
True.
everything that goes to him.
True. I mean, I could see maybe like second round or something, but
I see a solid second.
I feel like there's the prejudice because of our conference too, that we're like it's not as good as a conference.
well, I mean,
True.
we've had
yeah.
like 6 people go in the first round.
And
And
we
then,
did
like,
have a pretty hard schedule already this year.
yeah, and then you look at like Jay Ajayi, he was projected like end of first, second round. He dropped to the 5th back in the day.
And now he doesn't even play.
Yeah, he
It's
won
a
a Super
streamer.
Bowl.
He did
and
get a
then-
Super Bowl ring. Though.
Yeah.
He did get a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, so that, hope he gets, drafted
Yeah.
early and does
That'd be
really good.
sweet.
Yeah. But we'll see. But do you ever watch like Boise State football games? And because you were quarterback in high school, do you ever wish you could go back out there and throw the old pigskin around or what?
Let's go walk on
Def-
onto the team.
Definitely, man. I've had those thoughts. I don't know necessarily. I mean, when I was playing football, it was always I wasn't good enough to go D1. So,
Did you get any offers?
I mean, I had some D3 schools, D2 schools interested, but I'm like, I don't want to go to some random school in Iowa.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather go to a big time school, watch football, and then play maybe some intramurals here and there.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you're what? You're 6'1", 6'2"?
6'2", yeah.
Okay, so you're like right there in the sweet spot for height for quarterbacks.
Height was there, weight wasn't. I was like probably growing senior year. I was maybe 160 soaking wet.
Oh, okay.
It was not there. It was not in the cards for me, but
Okay. I mean, I'm sure starting quarterback, you were getting the girls soaking wet too, but.
Whoa.
High danger.
All right, David.
Okay. So you kind of just,
I mean, I've definitely had the thoughts, but I think the work it's just not in it for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of dedication to be a student athlete.
yeah.
Yes.
Especially if you don't start.
Yeah, and at a D2, D3 school, it's like you really start weighing out your like options after like a year. You're like, okay, I don't know if this is for me, and then you're like, I just wasted a whole year. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of dilemmas definitely when choosing.
If I really wanted to play D1, I probably would have gone like the JUCO route fresh out of high school. But for me, it was just, hey, Boise was where I wanted to be, and I do not regret anything. So.
yeah. So
No regrets.
were you more of a throwing or a running quarterback?
See, I was a pocket passer. I like to think I was fast, but I was not.
Were you a little awkward still?
It was kind of just like my legs were too long for my
Yeah,
body.
yeah, that's what I was
so-
saying. Like a bunch of my buddies who grew like too fast didn't like get coordinated fast enough, so like they couldn't run as well.
Yeah, I grew up. I didn't grow out. So like I was a twig. But I mean, I was fast, but I remember my senior year, my coach was like, "We want you to run more." And then sure enough, week 2 I break my collarbone and
Oh,
my
man.
career's over, but
Like on a running play?
it wasn't even it was a running play. I remember it was like a fake handoff to the running back, me keep it, run up like the 5 hole, which is like the left side of the line. And yeah, I was going too fast for my legs and I tripped and my
Oh, so you didn't even get cracked.
No, I didn't even get hit. It was literally
Damn.
Straight just got
Daniel Jones
You
style.
have that
all
video
your
on Huddle?
fault. Damn.
Dang.
Yep. I have a video of it.
Do you have the Huddle video?
Is that on your huddle highlight video? or-
It's like saved on my phone, but it's literally just you just see my left shoulder just sink into my.
Just like as you hit the ground, it just goes up.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad break. It was a clean break, but it wasn't like displaced at all. So I was lucky enough to come back for my senior night, which was the last week of the regular
Damn.
season.
Like you played in the game or?
Yeah, I played all right. I
I
mean,
was like, I got one playing.
That's right.
I got one or
You
two.
took the
in.
final
At
knee.
least you get to play one last game.
Yeah, it was because Monday prior to the game, I was cleared. And then I remember we were doing like Team O or Team D. So it was like our starting offense versus like the scout defense.
Mm.
And I remember I was doing the exact same play, broke my collarbone on, and one of the scout linebackers just lights me up, and I land right on the same shoulder that I just broke in. And I remember all the sensation and pain that I felt like when I broke it came back. And
Did you re-break it?
No, I didn't. Luckily,
It was just some like deja vu feeling.
yeah, it was. I was glad I experienced that during practice because then I had the rest of the week to like say, hey, you're good. But
So, was your high school pretty big, or were you at a smaller high school?
there was about 1,200 of us. It was
Okay.
relatively medium sized. I mean, it wasn't big at all. It was a very small, like condensed campus. So like
Yeah, that's kind of mine too.
the hallways were definitely packed, but
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys
so-
had inside high schools?
no,
Yeah.
mine was outdoor.
I had both. I mean, like, there was this outdoor starting, and then, like, they demolished it, and then they rebuilt. So we were, like, portables for half the time, but now the school's all indoor.
Really?
It sucked.
You guys got lockers and shit?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The lockers were just, everything was
Damn.
outside. And then, like, for the senior prank, like, the year before they demolished it, all the seniors just came and just graffitied the entire school. It was kind of cool.
Oh,
Damn.
gosh.
I was like, you can, like, that's, like, the best time to do it, too. You can't get in trouble. They're
Yeah,
just
'cause they're
going
just
to
demolish it.
destroy the entire thing immediately, like, in the summer, so.
Dang. So, did you play against anyone who's like a big college star right now or anything?
Or any of your high school buddies?
No, not really. So we were kind of like the bottom of the barrel. Like we were not a good football team at all. But I remember it was the summer before my senior year. I went to a quarterback camp it was at Whittier College, which is down in LA area. And the starting quarterback for Clemson was there. DJ, I cannot pronounce his last name, but and this kid he would throw ducks, but they would go like 60, 70 yards. And
Holy shit.
And I'm trying to compete against this kid. There's no chance. But it was that was probably the first like D1 athlete that I actually like saw and got to play against. Not really play against, but like.
You kind of see, like, the difference in the level of competition.
No, totally. It's definitely a big drop off between like D1 and all the rest of like D2, D3, and all that stuff.
You can kind of tell. Is it pretty obvious with the linemen too, like who's just like giant and who's going D1, who's not?
Yep, totally. I mean, these D1 boys are huge, and they're getting bigger and bigger every year. Like, have you
Yeah.
seen some of these kids from like class of 2025? They're like,
Yeah, they're massive.
Dude. Have you guys been seeing those videos on like TikTok and stuff where it's like spot the D1 commit of all the guys just walking out the locker room, and then it's just like 6'2", like 400 pounds. This kid just walks out like 17 years old, like. What are they feeding them?
that's what I want to know. I'm
Yes.
like, I ate a lot of food, but it just never worked out for me.
Some people are just born different.
Literally.
It pays off for them.
That God-given talent.
Yeah.
Definition of built different.
Yeah.
Dang. But yeah, so now that you're, kind of a sophomore, looking like what was like someone who's just a sophomore, what's the biggest difference between freshman year and this year for you?
Moving into a house. I mean, being in the dorms, you don't have to worry about paying utilities. You don't have to worry about like cleaning the house necessarily. But when I remember the biggest thing was making food, because I was growing up. I mean, my mom would make me food, and she said she taught me how to do stuff every once in a while. But I mean, when I got to college, it was really me, just a lot of microwave food at the beginning. And then I learned how to use the air fryer, which was a big
Oh
one.
yeah, that's
It's
big time.
clutch. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely what's the right word for this?
It's like a whole different like side of college.
Totally, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was a big change. Like,
freshman year, those meal swipes, clutch. You just
Yep.
walk to the Burke or the Sub or South Fork every day. And like you said, there's not a whole lot of cleaning. It's just your dorm room.
yeah.
It's hard to make it messy, and if it is, it's kind of easy to pick
It's
up.
like kind of a hotel vibe.
Yeah, totally.
What dorm are you in?
So I was in Driscoll Hall.
Driscoll,
So,
okay.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Dude, there's some sleepers that come out of there.
hey,
There's
man.
like you only meet like a few kids like your whole college
Yeah.
career. I feel like that lived in Driscoll.
I think that's where my big Holden and Addison both lived, or I think it was. Is that like the 8-person one?
Yeah, so I had 8 roommates. Yeah, I loved every single one of my roommates too. Like I got really lucky because other people in different suites didn't have the same luck. But I mean, it was 8 of us. There was some really attractive girls across the hall. I mean, you can't go much wrong. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of options. If you got
Yeah.
two sets of girl rooms, it's like 16 girls right there. Like,
Yep.
So Driscoll's the one with like the big basement under.
Yeah. There's a pool table. Not pool table.
What?
Ping pong.
I wish ping pong.
there's a
That's the right
basement.
one.
Yeah.
There's a whole basement area. There's like a TV, couches, everything.
Like think of a common area because you guys have like a common area, right? Like outside the 8 rooms,
Yeah.
and then there's stairs going down, right?
No one told me about that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Driscoll's a sleeper one, bro.
Yeah.
No one goes there.
That's what I'm saying. There's only like you only meet like a certain amount of like kids that live there. Like throughout your like time here, boys say like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like maybe 1 per year.
Where'd you guys all live?
Sawtooth.
Sawtooth.
Towers.
Towers.
So terrible. But I had a nice room in Towers. I had a room with a door for some reason. Like there's only like 2 rooms in all of Towers that have doors. Like when you walk, it's like when you walk in, it like you just walk in and then it opens up to 2 sides. And in my room, as it opened up to 2 sides, there were doors there for some reason. I think it was like an old RA room or something. So we were like the only people who had doors separating each side. And then my roommate never showed up, so I had my own side.
Ooh.
And then Garrett was on the other side with some kid named Chris.
Yeah, I remember Ross. I think the only time I've been inside Towers was to interview you.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was literally the only time.
What
I've ever
about,
been
did you interview Jackson there too? Because Jackson was the only other kid who lived in Towers.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Or maybe I did and I got you and Jackson at the same time.
That's very likely.
But yeah, I think that's the only time that I can remember I've been to Towers.
Yeah,
or inside
Towers isn't like a desirable place to be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to leave
It's
as soon as
just
I got there.
It's just kind of like out of the way. Like
Yeah,
that's the
big
one thing I
time.
like about Driscoll is like it's right next to the tennis courts, so it's like it was a 5-minute walk to the sub.
Literally everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as a engineering student, all of my classes are on the exact opposite side of Towers. Like Towers is in this corner, and then engineering's in the exact opposite corner of the school.
Yeah.
So I was just riding my longboard every day.
I say straight shot to the football stadium though.
From
For the green belt.
yeah, I mean,
Literally straight shot.
yeah, it's still like the opposite.
Yeah, it's still a
like,
15
corner.
minute-
I think
15-minute
anywhere on
walk.
University, it's relatively a straight shot. You just go down University.
Yeah.
With the green belt, yeah, it's like straight.
Literally straight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, we know you fairly well, Sneed. I mean, being in the same fraternity and stuff. But I was thinking before the podcast when I was trying to jot down questions and stuff to ask you. Like, what the fuck are you into? Besides like,
Yeah, dude.
Like, what do you do?
besides like drinking and just like kind of hanging out with friends. Like, what do you like to
do?
do?
You go
when
to, you go to the gym a lot, or you
See,
just hang out, and drink?
I have not been. See, this is a hard question because I don't know. Like, I don't really have any. Like, my main hobby.
Are
is
you a
hanging
big
out with
procrastinator?
I am. But at the same time, I like to get shit done. So if I need quiet and peace to do homework. So
You're in the wrong house for that.
Big
time.
Big time. But I don't even know, I'm a very social person. So I like to hang out with people, but at the same time, I like my personal space. So like kind of in my free time, I kind of just chill out in my room. It sounds really boring, but
Yeah,
I do that too.
I'm exactly the
Just lay
same
down.
way. If
It's-
somebody asks me what are your hobbies or interests, I'm like
It's like to
hanging
chill
out with
out,
people. If not,
collect
just,
myself.
yeah,
Yeah.
just chilling, watching TikTok or some shit.
Are you a nap guy, Sneed?
oh, I'm a big nap guy.
I'd say.
I had to tell Tanner,
can't.
who's one of my roommates, I was just like, look, dude, if I'm asleep past 11 and it's not a Wednesday, wake me up because I'm probably just trying to sleep in. And
Would you sleep the whole day? Are you one of those people that like literally can sleep like noon to midnight essentially?
Yeah, pretty much. Like if I really just wanted to sleep, I could. But I don't like sleeping in really late anymore because it's kind of just like you're waking up at noon and now you got about
Yeah.
5.
Especially now in
7.
college, you got
half the
shit to
day.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some people in the chat. We got Ryan Strasberg said, "What up, Sneed?"
What up,
Colton
Ryan?
Perry last episode's guest said, "Let's go, boys, keep it up." And then we got Mr. Matias Waro in the chat said, "The boy Sneeds." Said you're doing a good job.
Thanks, man. I'm trying my best.
Shout out those boys watching. Appreciate it.
Love you
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so
T.S. Waro, welcome.
so yeah, I kind of had a big question for you too. what's life been like? Like as a redhead. Is it like,
Yeah, honestly.
Is it
questions right now are
challenging
fire.
at all, or is it more just like it is what it is?
So growing up, I hated it.
You get bullied for it?
How did you deal with that hate?
So growing up, I didn't know that like people with red hair, they were called gingers. Like until I was about like 6th grade, I had no idea what that meant. So they were like, "Yeah, what's up, ginger?" And I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" So like, it didn't really bother me at the beginning, but then I got to middle school, and especially like halfway through high school, it was always like the butt end of jokes. And I mean, I brush it off because I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it. Like I could dye my hair brown, but
What's that gonna do?
I would love to see that.
a pale kid with brown hair? Yeah, no, I don't know about that one.
That was kind of me growing up too. Sneed is like I like didn't like because I like the curly hair.
Yeah.
I always wanted straight hair. All my friends had straight hair.
Yeah,
So I was like, yeah, fuck this. I want straight hair. So like I used to
I wanted straight spiky hair.
I used to use a shampoo and conditioner that would like supposed to straighten it. Obviously, it never works. I still have curly as fuck hair, but yeah, I was the same way. I was like, I don't want to be. I could just go straight hair. I don't want the curly hair anymore. So there's always like spiked when I was a kid, or like no spiked. And then it got to a point where I was like, you can't spike your hair all throughout middle school and high school. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll just wear a hat. I think I've worn a hat almost probably.
I think I've seen you without a hat maybe 5 times.
Yeah, me
yeah,
too.
no, I literally always wear a hat.
Did you ever straighten your hair growing up, like for prom or anything, Rylan?
You definitely tried.
No, I didn't do it for any like events like that. I did like I think someone straightened it like with a straight iron, like just see what it would look like.
Yeah, I've done that before. It's pretty funny. Like
It's funny as fuck.
you kind of look like
You would look like TJ.
I look like a Motley Crue, just like guy with a mullet, kind of. Just because how the way it like flows, I don't know. It like was just kind of stuck up right here, like straight up, because that's how it like it's like however the curl at the base of it is like curling is where it's gonna point. So it just all stuck up here, and then it was just like all like a mullet straight back here. It was kind of funny.
like my hair's even curly when it's wet. Like that's how fucking curly my hair is. It kind of
Dang.
sucks. Yeah, you kind of the same hair, Ross.
Mm-hmm. I think yours is a little curlier than
Just a
mine.
little bit. Did you see my composite picture?
For this year? Or
It's
last?
not a pretty sight. I'll
No,
tell
it's
you.
not. It's not pretty at all.
Did you see
Nah.
my composite photo though? Just straight
This year?
bald.
Oh, yeah. Last year.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think I have one of those. I need to get one.
Oh, composite.
Yeah, I put one of the thingies.
I think they're
Yeah.
at Courtyard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll figure it
There's
out.
always a
hopefully.
bunch lingering around.
they probably
Yeah.
got stolen whole of Jack Riley's stuff.
But
Jack Riley's stuff got stolen?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first tailgate. Some I think it's a cheek, but it could be a guy came in just copped like half his shit,
Didn't they
like
like
destroy
destroy his whole bed too? Like they
I don't know
stepped
about
on it.
that.
What the fuck? They
took
just
like
took
a bunch of
his.
stuff from his desk, and then I think some of his, you know,
How do you just walk out
goods.
with that much stuff?
I mean,
I don't know.
we're all across the street, so.
Oh, okay. I thought we were part. I thought.
No, it was
everyone
remember the
that
first
house.
tailgate across the street? Were you at the first tailgate?
Oh, does he live at Courtyard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we were all by you, and then.
No, it wasn't even at Bayou. It was at the other
Is it?
house.
Oh, Carly's.
Yeah.
yeah. But you're like an engineering major or something, right?
Kinesiology. Yeah.
Oh, I'm okay. I was
So,
wrong with that one.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it was around when I got hurt from when I broke my collarbone. It was kind of just like, kind of fell in love with the recovery process. And I realized that, hey, you cannot play D1 football. So why don't you, become a physical therapist or something like that? And then I started working at a summer camp, and I felt I really enjoy working with kids, which is kind of surprising for some people, but like for me, it just came really easy. So
That's cool.
Something in pediatric care is probably.
Oh, that's right. You work at a summer camp. It's like the lead counselor, right?
I am one of the head counselors. Yeah, And it
You
was-
got a whistle and everything, or how's that work?
I got a walkie-talkie and a loud voice.
What's the craziest thing to happen at summer camp while you were the counselor? Anything crazy where you're like screaming over the walkie-talkie?
Hey, don't do that.
So the age level is K through 5, and when you're
Wow.
working, and I remember I walked into the class, and this is in the Bay Area, so that's a little backstory for the story. And I walk in, and I'm like, "What's up, guys?" And there's this little girl right next to me. She's like, "Mr. Jacob,
Mr. J.
there are only 2 guys in this room. There are about 15 girls. I think you need to rephrase your statement." And I'm like,
What grade is this girl in?
2nd grade.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, what is this world come to, man? It was
that is some confidence.
Next Greta Thunberg over there, whatever it is.
Totally. Like she's gonna be a doctor someday. I can just tell.
That's doctor, lawyer. Come on.
So,
now.
did you ever have to yell at anybody, or was it mostly just, hey, you got to walk, you can't run by the pool type of thing?
Usually towards the beginning of the summer, I'm a really patient person, so I didn't like to raise my voice. But I remember, especially this summer, towards the end of it, I was just like zero patience. It's really hard. And like I would just, because these kids eventually learn how to like get under your skin without like you, I guess,
like realizing it,
them like feeling the repercussions of it. I guess what I'm trying to get at is
get into like a groove.
Yeah, so they'll just like they'll push my button just enough to where I'm like pissed, but I won't raise my voice at them. But I remember there was a few times where I'm just like, it's me and 20 kids in a room and no one's listening to me. You kind of got to raise your voice in that.
Yeah, you got to do something to get control.
So were you ever the scary counselor?
No, I was the fun counselor. I mean, scary in some sense because I would just go around scaring kids because that's just the thing I would do because I would get bored and I'd just be like, let's go scare some kids.
I feel like you were the type of counselor, if someone messed up, you'd be like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, I've definitely said that a few times. Or my big phrase was like, you're not in trouble. I just want you to come with me to the office so we can talk about this. There are 3 kids crying saying you hit them, and we need to figure this out. So,
damn, you had some aggressive kids there.
Was it like in the? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we had some aggressive kids. I mean, it was definitely for some of these kids. So I was working. I started my first year was halfway through COVID, so it was kind of like a limited like there was only probably about 40 kids total at the camp, and then my second year this past summer it was. All of those kids, it was kind of their first time coming into a public setting since COVID started.
Yeah.
So, like, it was just a lot of kids with a lot of energy and very little
experience.
Yes.
Of just hanging out with other people, yeah.
It was definitely a struggle for us counselors because we're trying to, you want these kids leaving and having fun, you don't want to just... Like, there's just schools for, like, being disciplined and stuff, but I feel like summer camp, you're supposed to have fun every once in a while, and it was really hard at times. Like, these kids just would not listen. You would tell them one thing, and then all of a sudden they're doing the exact opposite.
Was it like in the middle of the woods? Like, in the
I'm trying to, like, think of, like
so basically,
I
wouldn't say it was the best way to explain it is a daycare. So we were on a Christian school campus, and
okay.
Here
I've
we
been
go.
to one of those.
we were kind of like primarily always on campus, and then Thursdays like the older kids would go on field trips, and then it was Friday was when the little kids would go. And school field trips were a whole nother disaster, bro.
Were you a chaperone on field trips too, or just?
Very few field trips, just because I was kind of young. I was
He's like bringing his water bottle full of vodka.
I needed that. But it was also like we'd go to the theme parks and parents would give us cash, but the theme parks wouldn't accept cash. So like we'd always have to like do last minute adjustments just so these kids could get food. And I remember we went to the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, which is like a pretty decent sized theme park right on the beach in Santa Cruz. And I waited 2 hours for like 5 kids piece of pizza. Like I couldn't even.
This was like last summer or something?
This was this summer, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was.
I haven't been to Santa Cruz in a while, but yeah, I know their lines are pretty aggressive.
It's like trying to get beer at a Boise State game.
Well, it was just like they had just opened the camp, like theme park to full capacity. So everyone was just, and I mean, I chose the worst pizza place to get it right by the entrance of the gate. So that's partially my fault, but.
Dude, you got to go to the Giant Dipper place and get those popcorn chicken nuggets. That's where it's at.
Dude, popcorn chicken slapped as a kid.
Undefeated.
Oh, yeah.
So gas.
Roaring Springs, their popcorn chicken is goated.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've been to the beach boardwalk and I've never rode the Great Dipper.
Dude,
the biggest ride, because it's always like the line's always like 2 hours.
I mean, I used to go a lot with my buddies because they always had like random passes, and there was like weird Monday night like $1 rides or something. So we'd go on those, and then we'd just ride like over and over again.
Yeah, I just like how it's like.
But it's cool. It's a wooden roller coaster.
Yeah, totally. It's, I mean,
On the boardwalk?
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is like kind of sketchy.
Yeah, it's
like all the salt water, it's in the air, kind of corrodes the wood a lot faster. But
So after working at a summer camp for kids, did it make you want to have kids more, or make you say fuck that?
I haven't even thought about kids, dude.
So like,
You thinking about kids, Sneed?
I don't think I'm in
Somebody
the
want
right.
to tell us?
I don't think I'm in the right state of mind to have a kid right now. But
None of us
Um,
are.
Hey, he could counsel them. Just not do anything else.
Yeah.
I think if it was my kid, I'd be a little bit more strict because I'm like, you don't want to be a fucking idiot. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if
let's
someone
just-
else kids, like,
you don't
fuck,
you don't
go-
you
go
don't
do
wanna be-
whatever.
You don't want to be that kid. Like, it's like the one that never listens, the one that's always messing around. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being someone who wants attention, but there's a line.
Definitely.
For sure.
Okay, so kind of didn't sway your opinion either way on having kids in the future.
I definitely want kids in the future. I
Yeah.
want 3 actually.
It sounds like he likes kids, like the way you described, like you like your job and stuff. Seems like you do well with kids eventually, but
It's not
Just
trauma.
not right
It wasn't
now.
a traumatizing experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
It was not a trauma. It actually made me more prepared to be a parent. I mean, obviously, definitely not ready for it, but I feel like I learned some skills that will help me in the future.
yeah. And you got to raise a dog next.
You got to start with a dog and then the
Gotta-
kids.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a dog for the bayou, but my mom's like, "Why would you get
Yeah.
a dog in that?"
Don't
I
do
would
that.
It's not the best
I wouldn't.
environment.
I wouldn't recommend it. One of my roommates got a dog, and it was pretty hard to raise it, but he's fun. So I mean, it's nice having him around, but it's a lot of work definitely. So
It's just we all have busy schedules, and the last thing I want to worry about is a dog at home that hasn't been fed or anything.
Yeah.
It's just not a good environment. for
Yeah.
a dog.
I don't think it's fair to them to have when you live in a house like yours to
Yeah.
have
yeah,
them in
that
there.
would not be a good environment.
People
for a dog.
constantly coming in and out, leaving doors open. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That thing would be gone immediately.
'Cause you know how like dogs get like terrified on the 4th of July.
Uh-huh.
Your dog would go through that like every single weekend.
I think the dog would actually enjoy the 4th of July just because everyone would
Yeah, like
everyone would
train
be
it.
out. You'd be training it. Yeah.
He'd be used to it. Yeah.
Like, all right, here's your one day of the year. Show off what we did all year.
But do you think you'll go back to the summer camp next summer?
See, that's hard because I really want to live in Boise for a year or summer.
Do a Boise summer camp.
Dude, honestly,
thought about
jobs
it.
right now, you
YMCA
make
or
a lot of money
I could definitely.
anywhere.
I'm still deciding because it's like the summer before my junior year, so I want to start looking at internships a little bit. But definitely, if I can find a decent paying job here in Boise, I'll stay. But
Yeah.
if I don't find one, I have no problem going back to.
Well, I think that's what most people do after the freshman year. Go back home for the summer, and then after sophomore year, you should try Boise summer. They're pretty wild, but
Yeah.
they're a good time. But what was the place we went to for the kids? It's like in Garden City where we
Oh.
go. and,
It's
like,
the
Boys and Girls
Boys
Club.
and Girls
yeah,
Club.
you could go do that or something. Kind of similar vibe.
I think
That's
I'll
like-
have to
yeah,
look
that's
into
just
That
a
it.
sounds like a
volunteer
lot of
gig.
work.
Oh, it's volunteer.
I think so. I don't think it's
Yeah.
paid.
Definitely
I think
looking
so,
for
too.
something paid.
Because
Yeah.
Boys and Girls is like nationwide.
True. Yeah, don't do that then.
You could always get your server
They
experience.
just said fuck the Boys and Girls.
You say server, and I'm like, I don't, because I used to work at a sandwich shop, and it was
See, that's
just-
babysitting adults too.
Yeah.
At that point.
It was just food service is definitely always.
It's a high school thing,
It's,
I
it's a
think.
high school thing.
Definitely. I got the experience in high school. It was a good experience, and like I might go get a serving job now just because like they're paying super well,
I'd get a
Oh, totally.
bartending
especially
job.
you need the experience, and I don't have any of that.
Well, you could come sell pest control next summer.
I've heard a lot about that pest control.
Dude, that sounds pretty sweet.
Yo, hey, he could be a TikToker too. We can kind of scoot into the
True.
next segment. I think that's the title of this stream, the king of hashtag pledge talk.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
You're the initial pledge talk. I'd say at Boise State, to be honest with you.
I definitely think we brought it to Boise State. I remember after I think it was a semester after I did them, we started seeing other fraternities doing it. But I mean, the guy we got now doing it
Dude.
killed it. Was it
Grow
like
up.
2.1 million views on?
Yeah.
two
It's,
on
it's
Pledge
number
Talk?
3 or 4 on like pledge talk.
It's like him and then that other kid at UNC, dude. That kid's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
funny. He
What
looks
is-
so
isn't his
awkward.
name like Briggs or?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
something
something like
great.
yeah, he looks so awkward in all his videos.
I think that's why he blew up.
It's so funny, yeah.
No,
but
he's-
shout out Blake Savage. He's
Yeah,
killing it.
dude, he is killing it. I
Love
like
that
his
kid.
videos.
He's the boy.
Even like they're just random too.
Yeah.
Like, but they're still like funny.
Yeah, even if you just do the trends, like they're still kind of funny.
yeah.
What do you think your best one was, Sneed?
My best one. See, I personally enjoyed which one was it? I know everyone's personal favorite's the chocolate cake one, where it's like I destroyed a $15 Albertsons cake. That was not cheap. But
Was that? Wait,
It's
didn't you?
not
Was that
cheap.
you did the peanut butter one too?
the peanut butter.
Didn't one of the?
You did the baby peanut butter one?
Yeah.
I think I was planning on it, but it never got around.
Someone
to
did it. I saw it.
I think Austin might have done it last.
that's who
semester.
did it.
Yeah, that was
Austin
Austin.
did it.
Austin sucked at it though. Love you, Austin, but
That was the only one I think I saw of his was the peanut butter one, but it was pretty. That one was funny.
Yeah, I think that was probably his most
just because
blown up one.
You're covered in peanut butter. How can it not be funny?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like Pledge Talk's definitely a trend on TikTok right now. Like
Yeah.
I think when I
Oh,
was
for
doing
sure.
it, it was slowly starting, but
It's
not
pledge
saying-
season.
It's also pledge season, which makes sense. But
I mean, you had a good time doing it, right?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was just a great way to really come out of my shell. And I mean, just seeing the feedback that the older members got me, it was just like I just want to do better and better in each one I made.
It's all voluntary, by the way.
No, totally.
Oh, yeah.
I
Mhm.
loved every second of it.
Yeah.
Did you have one that blew up?
I had one that got like 10K. It was like some random one. We were up by Bogus and we were just like throwing snowballs at each other's heads.
It's like the ones that you don't intend to blow up.
Yeah.
Blow
Totally.
Up.
It's
It's like the ones that, oh, this one's going big. Like,
I
it's like
think,
sucks. Like 10 views.
I think I had another one that got like 18K.
Damn.
But it was you remember that trend where it's like, hey, can you pass me a beer? And then it's like just an entire Quaker Oats.
Oh,
oatmeal
see, I
thing.
didn't get that one. I remember which one you're talking about. Yeah, it's like, yo, can you pass me that? And then, yeah, they like pour the oats, right?
Yeah, and it's like you open the oats and you got to pour it all on your head.
Yeah, you're like, oh, and yeah, like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know
There's
what
some
that
TikTok trends I don't really
So
get.
stupid.
Like the one where it's like, you're laying in like the same room as like your friend or something, and it's like, all right, hey, good
Oh,
night.
good night, bro.
Yeah,
oh, fill
you-
my
Oh,
water.
yeah.
Turn around and they're like standing up, like dabbing or something weird.
Yeah.
I saw one today, and they turn around, and the guy's starting a lawnmower in like a dorm room.
Some of those are-
Okay, I mean that's kind of funny. but-
Yeah.
I saw one and it was like there was these two guys. Well, it was the goodnight one, and he turns around and it's two guys dressed as Frozone from Incredibles, riding those 2-seater bikes. I forget what it's called.
The tandem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the tandem
bikes.
bikes, and I'm just like, how does this trend doesn't make any sense? But I'm
It's
like,
funny. You're
it's
here
Dude,
for
really
it.
how do
funny.
you get paid? Like, is it views or likes?
Yeah, so it's
or?
followers. If you have, I think it's over 1,000 followers, and then over I think 150,000 likes, and then
Oh,
you.
okay, so it's not really views. It's like once
Yeah,
you get
no,
the views,
it's
you
likes
get
and
the
followers.
likes.
Yeah,
Damn.
which is a good model, I think. But
and you can make bank too.
Most
totally the creator fund.
The creator fund,
It's
which I think
Oh, if you're,
Savage
like, the creator
qualifies
of a
for now,
sound.
I think
because he has over 1,000 followers and he has 200, almost 300,000 likes. So
yeah, he's
we
definitely.
should get him on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Get a
someone already reached
sponsorship
out
for
to
him.
him.
Yeah. Get him a sponsorship or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's where the real money's at.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's people are making bank off sponsorships. Like this one girl on TikTok, she just like recently blew up. It was like always recording her dad saying like funny shit to their mom, and he like loves like Jack in the Box. You've probably seen that. And I saw her on like a sponsored TikTok about like hyping up the new Jack in the Box like chicken sandwich or something. She probably made bank off that. Like,
Oh yeah,
Big
for
time,
sure.
just
yeah.
because she blew up on TikTok, like she's probably making really good money now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty crazy.
You remember that one trend where it was like the cranberry juice, and it was this guy riding a skateboard.
Yeah,
that guy's
dog-
from
dog
that guy's from
face.
Boise,
Yeah.
or he's
Yeah.
from
From Boise?
Meridian.
Oh, really?
It was like
Yeah,
Idaho
'cause-
Falls. It was something.
But he had a 208 area code, so he's like
Yeah.
Oh,
he was
okay.
originally from like I think Meridian or Nampa, because it was what 420 Dogface 208,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
208 was
Oh, that
his
makes sense,
Idaho area code.
Yeah. I remember, what was that? Ocean Spray, is that the company?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
gave him a truck
Yeah.
and
they-
a lifetime supply.
and then it was probably like Snoop Dogg or Wiz Khalifa did something with him too. It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
Dude.
just proves how social media you can
Just
really
anything random can blow up.
if you got dedication and a little bit of luck, anything can happen.
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm gonna
Right,
start
but-
making videos now.
Yeah.
I tried making some funny Steve Irwin videos of me killing spiders in my house, but my Steve Irwin accent is terrible.
Let's hear it.
I don't even let me think for a sec. All right, guys. So today we got a this is the video I made. I said, "All right, guys. So today we got a brown recluse here. We're trying to hunt this bastard down today." And I don't know where I went from there, but it was a funny video in the moment, and then I watched it like maybe 40 times before I sent it out, and it was terrible.
See, that's the thing is you watch it the most the more you watch it, the more you hate it because you like see the flaws in it
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why like my own videos, like I watch it 1 or 2 times to like see the final like thing, and then like after that, like I'm like, all right, I'll just send it to everyone else and get like other people's feedback because like the more I watch it, the more I like hate it.
Yeah, me too. And I was feeling self-conscious. It was like Saturday night. I was thinking about sending it out to the group chats, and I was like, everyone's gonna be drunk and be like, what the fuck was that?
Or they're gonna be drunk and be like, that's gonna blow up, dude. Post it.
Either or. Could go either way there.
Yeah, I mean, you should keep that up though. I mean, that's a pretty good accent.
Dude, there's a lot of like, for some reason we have the most like insane spider problem at our house. They're all like maybe the size of my palm, and
Holy
like
fuck.
every video is like I'm just like scared shitless of this fucker, and like
Damn.
I have like 5 that are like right next to my bed, or like they crawl in my towel while I'm in the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do here, but
Yeah, we get a lot of like earwigs upstairs in the bathroom and like the windowsills. I'd
Dude.
much rather have those than spiders though.
dude,
Fuck.
yeah, I had like a giant black widow outside of my house. They've all been like weird like wolf spiders or something inside, but outside is like there's black widows and stuff. It's like, okay.
Damn.
Sneed, you got any good accents?
Good accents, mate. I don't not.
He did like 4 right there.
Good
God.
accents, mate.
I don't have any good accents, mate. I mean, it really is kind of just like I'd kind of just start talking in an accent, and then I'll like.
I've seen you pull out an accent when you've been hammered a couple times.
Yeah,
On
when
accident,
that's the
probably.
best time to ask me, is because I'll just like.
You'll do
rattle
anything
off.
when
I'll
you're
do
drunk.
anything, yeah.
I've seen your
not
videos.
everything.
Pretty damn near. I've seen the videos on your Snapchat story, and you're just going off like rambling in the bathroom
Just
in the
me
mirror.
in the bathroom mirror. My phase of doing videos in the mirror. Because in my mind, I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm just gonna scream at the mirror,
Literally.
to record it. And some people liked it, other people didn't. And I was just like, hey,
I think they're funny.
I might bring them back every once in a while, but
Oh,
Should
for
do
sure. You
it.
should have done it with your mom on Parents Weekend. That would have been fucking hilarious.
she took over my Snapchat for a while. Like she was dancing, she was dancing to the WAP. She was doing.
Oh God.
And I was just like, Mom, what are you doing?
Chill out.
You thought you were like past the point of like your parents embarrassing you for no reason, and then she does shit like that, and you're like, okay, all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Still
not,
possible.
It's not even that she embarrassed me. I was just like, she has no idea. She's not gonna remember what she's doing right now.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
afraid for her.
It's like she might be embarrassing herself a little bit.
But she reassured me Sunday morning that she remembers everything, which is
That's good.
a good thing.
There you go. Yeah, some of the dads were going crazy.
Dude, I know. The dads were going nuts.
Because I remember a year or 2 ago, we wanted to do like a dad's weekend for the fraternity, and I remember kind of when we brought that up to the school, they were like, I mean, we're not going to tell you no, but just be cautious because dad's weekend can get pretty rowdy because it's like they're
They
reliving their
knew.
glory days.
They
And
knew, yeah.
They all
Yeah.
get competitive with
Yeah,
each
this
other.
weekend-
Really competitive.
yeah, this weekend proved them right. I saw a couple of dads
Oh,
going
nice.
in and
Dude, there's a
falling
dad on
over.
someone's shoulders.
Yeah, I saw some
Yeah.
dad jump on like Caleb Akey. Like he just straight up jumped on him. Like he's just jumping. I was like, what is going on
yeah.
here?
They get pretty rowdy.
Get wild.
Dang.
But the moms are always fun.
Yeah.
Moms are the best part.
Oh, for sure.
So, Ginger, you want to talk about that?
No, I don't. But
Mom killer over there.
Just kidding.
Staying humble, staying quiet.
But yeah, no, moms are like 50-50. They're rather kind of in the back, just kind of people watching, or they're like, up on Ryland's DJ stand.
Dude, that was
driving
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
My mom had a great time dancing on your stage, Rylan.
Thank you. Did your mom tip me? Dude, there were so many
You got
moms coming.
tips?
Dude, there were so many moms coming up to me that were giving me tips.
Of course, he accepted it too.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
I told them no. I was like, no, you don't have to. Like, I'm doing this for the fraternity for everyone to have fun. And yeah, by the end of the day, I look at my Venmo because the one mom added me as a friend on Venmo, and that was what started the chain. Because I look at Venmo and I had probably close to $100 in tips.
Oh, that's
I was like,
sweet.
so
Yeah, well, they can't hype you up on Nextdoor when they're all from all over the
Yeah.
place. So Venmo chain instead.
but yeah, it was fun. I
Yeah.
appreciate all the moms if anyone's listening that their mom came and danced on my stage.
I'm excited for the next one.
Another last
from
one.
now.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
hard to top.
You got 2 more of those, Sneed.
I
That was
do.
our.
I know. Is that your last one, Ross?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was pretty excited and sad at the same time. This was his last parents' weekend, but I mean, got to move on.
Yeah.
Got to graduate.
My sister might go here, so I might be part of the parents' weekend. I might be on the other side of it.
That'll
You
be a
go
funny
DJ those
thing.
days?
Yeah, maybe I'll come back and DJ.
There you go.
Make a guest appearance.
Make her a teak sweetheart. What?
Easy there.
She's a legacy. Yeah.
No.
Wasn't your sister a Teak sweetheart or something at one point? Or
No, I don't
am
think so.
Okay, I'm just tripping on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, she had a lot of buddies that, like, from freshman year that she was friends with. They were all in, because I think a lot of them were just in Chafee with her. So she knew a lot of them. So when I, like, met a bunch of them, they, like, already knew her. I was like, oh, cool. And they were just all talking shit. I was like, okay, I don't really care. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sneed, I was kind of curious because, like I said before, I didn't know, like, too much, like, about you besides just seeing you on the weekends.
Yeah.
So you're a kinesiology major.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 years left of school or more. What's kind of like, where do you kind of see yourself after college or, like, the next couple years in terms of, like, what do you want to do with that? And, I mean, you want to go work with kids, or it sounds like, but.
Yeah, I think the next route is going into probably PT school of some sort, maybe master's program. I think it would just help me out, maybe fill out my resume a little bit. I don't really know. You see, my kinesiology is a very broad major, so there's a lot of different ways you can go with it. I know growing up, I had family members who were in wheelchairs and stuff like that too, so maybe working in, like, prosthetics or helping design wheelchairs, I could see myself doing.
Like a wheelchair with a turbo on it.
Make it like probably. That's a smart idea, actually. I call it the Ryland one.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't really know where I want to go, and I think I'm slowly figuring it out, but at the same time, I'm just trying to get good grades right now in school and stay on top of everything. So
Did you do sports medicine in high school?
I did not.
Okay.
They didn't really offer that. I mean, I took all of the honors science classes and everything like that, besides physics, because the professor was terrible, or the teacher was terrible, but.
Yeah. I didn't want to take physics in high school. I was like, that sounds like a college class.
I mean, and then you went into engineering.
Yeah, and then I ended up having to take physics later. I was like, oh, okay, should have just taken it. But I took chemistry instead, and I had to take chemistry for some reason for engineering, for civil engineering, which seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense for soils, but, like, and then I think this year they took away one of the chemistry, so I took an extra chemistry that I don't need to graduate as a civil, which is kind of annoying, but.
What do you want to do with civil engineering?
I have no idea really. Right now I'm, like, kind of going into land development. That's what my internship was with this summer, just doing, like, grading of parking lots and then stormwater retention and stuff. So just figuring out where the stormwater goes, trying to treat it before it goes back into the waterways so we're not polluting, just because all the runoff from the streets is always filled with chemicals and oil and stuff. So we try to, like, push it into dirt that's engineered to treat the water, so it takes all that stuff out, and then it goes back into groundwater. It's pretty interesting, somewhat, not really, like, when you talk about it for too long, but I don't really know where I want to go eventually, because there's a lot of sub-disciplines of civil that you can go into, and, like, you have to take, there's a test for when you become a professional engineer, and then you choose it, so it's kind of like, once I get my experience, I'll kind of more figure out what I want to do, but not sure how long I'll stay with civil. Maybe kind of want to figure out the stock market. I don't know how that works, but
That'd be nice.
yeah.
But
It's always going up.
Yeah.
how you feeling first podcast?
I'm feeling good. It's definitely, I'm more settled in now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a little nervous at the beginning.
Yeah.
You walk in here, you see the lights, the cameras, the
It is-
logos, all that stuff. All this equipment back here.
Plus we're live.
Yeah, plus we are live on
Everything I
YouTube.
say is going to be on the internet.
Yeah. But pretty nice studio, right?
Sorry, I'm trying to get over
Not
a
bad.
cold. No, it's beautiful. It's the first thing I said when I
Yeah.
walked in. It was like, nice studio. It's definitely
Ross.
just in the background.
Well, yeah, no, that's a good. I was kind of trying to segue into our ad read here, so we'll take a second for that. This podcast is helped made possible with Speak Boise. Speak Boise is Boise's largest podcast network that allows anyone to speak and be heard. They offer all types of ways to start podcasting, including video, live streaming, and audio-only options. So if you're interested in wanting to start your own podcast, go to @SpeakBoise on Instagram or www.speakboise.studio. Speak and be heard with Speak Boise.
Yeah, that includes sponsoring podcasts too. If anyone's out there listening that wants to sponsor one of the Speak Boise's podcasts, specifically ours.
Idaho Living, if this gets
Yeah,
tossed
Idaho
around your
Living.
way.
Mm-hmm.
We got pretty good viewership and engagement.
Yeah.
I see a lot of out of state. I looked at our analytics. We got a lot of out of state engagement, and not Ohio too, because of Colton Perry. It was like other states. So
Really?
yeah, we had some Washington. We had some New Jersey. Some down
No
in
kidding.
Florida. So hopefully you never know where people are tuning into, but
You never know.
that's right.
I kind of got it. I got the cue from Ryland back there. We're like an hour in. So kind of just to wrap up here, Sneed, thanks for kind of filling in last second.
Yeah, of course. I had a great time. Thank you for.
Yeah, it was an
letting me
honor
on
having
here.
you here.
Yeah.
Great talk. I loved hearing about the summer camp. And
What's in store for next episode? You know, Danger, or when we're gonna maybe do weekly? Maybe.
Maybe we'll do it next week. Maybe if it has to be sporadic, I think it's okay. But weekly or every other week.
I kind of like the back-to-back weeks, break, back-to-back weeks, break.
Yeah, we'll see
Okay.
what
Yeah,
Trav says. Do we schedule like every other with him or?
I don't know. I need to talk to Travis still.
Yeah.
But potentially Boise State mainline dancer coming on next guest. So
Okay.
get first female guest
Well, if we learned anything from this week, we need a couple backups in the chamber just in case.
for sure.
Um.
And hopefully we do get Jake McBroom and Colby on at some point too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was unfortunate.
yeah.
But Sneed ended up working really good. Did a
Appreciate
great
that.
job. So congrats on your first podcast.
Thank you.
You got a nice calming voice.
Yeah.
I got a nice podcast voice.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
This is ASMR channel now.
Awesome. Well, yeah, again, appreciate you coming on. Thanks again to Trav and Speak Boise.
Yeah, thank you.
And until next time, you never know.